It's Gary Kayye, and we are at ISE 2014, Day 2 in Amsterdam. And this is the big AV mega show, and everything we've heard about the show so far is that everybody's happy with everything. The attendance, the quality of attendance, everything is up this year. And I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Jacques Bertrand. Jacques Bertrand is the Senior Vice President, and you're mostly in charge of government and what else?
Industrial and government, we call it.
Right,
which is everything related to security surveillance, solutions for natural resources management, government, right? That's basically the areas we are focusing on.
A lot of command and control centers, for example, network operations centers. And so that business is sort of evolving, and it's going through a revolution right now, because it used to be only for 24/7 monitoring in high security applications, and now it's being brought down to kind of everyone.
Yeah, it's high security, high budget type of environments. While nowadays, the security is a big issue. A lot of people want to have the government pay more attention to it. Privacy laws are changing, so you can get more data nowadays together and let people work with it and let government work with it to enhance security of people. So now we are trying to make sure that it's done in an overview way, an easy way to collaborate with multiple services together in doing so. So we have been focusing a lot on bringing it more affordable, right? In an environment where data is seen on one canvas, one big canvas, we try to get rid of what people call the content jailed, the screen jailed content, and make it free from the seams, make it free from the screen, and have it easily moved around depending on what you want to do with it.
Right, and also you're also focused on making it more interactive, right? Not just static information that you can't interact with, or that you have to have another device to interact with. Ultimately, you are going to provide the ability to make the entire wall interactive.
That's right, because nowadays a wall, you see a huge wall somewhere against the wall, and there are many workstations where people are looking at or working with, and still looking to all different screens to try to understand the situation. And here what we try to do is to make the wall more affordable, to make it almost like a personal wall, or for small units, a wall where the people work with and interact with, right? Rather than each sitting at their desk and not having a general view together and the common knowledge on how to handle a situation. That's basically what we try to do here.
Well, here at ISE, they launched a new line, OSV. Did I get that right?
That's right, there's an OSV.
Take a look over there. You pan over there and you look at the large screen back there. And I believe, if I remember correctly, you launched 3 different models.
Well, we are launching different models in relation to the size of it and the curvature. But we in fact even could personalize it or customize it to what specifically a customer want to do with it. I mean, we are quite flexible depending on the usage and the environment where it has to come into.
Right. And the idea is, if you take a look at that, there's no seams, it's rear projected, and this particular one has, I believe, 5 portrait mounted.
Portrait mode, rear projection behind it, but projectors used in this type of tiled applications, so they stay calibrated all the time with each other, so that you don't see any seam coming over time. So you have a stability of this, you can run this for 10 years, you won't see any change over time.
And another obvious thing about it is that it's curved, so it's actually better for the viewer. You're actually seeing it in its best resolution and also best brightness, because it's being directed towards the viewer.
Exactly, because if you look to a flat screen and you're sitting in one corner of the environment, you can't do that. So if you have collaborations about multiple people working together, what about the central guy having the best view and the others not having? So you need to make sure that the whole group has a good observation of the picture. Yeah.
Can't bend flat screens yet. But in this case, you're also showing multi-touch display interacting with the large format OSV display, because in this case the collaboration is done here, and you can put any of the content you want on the screen at any point in time. And the demo that you're doing here is really interesting, because it's not high security application, a government application. This is a social media monitoring application, which opens the door up for thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of companies and even small towns to be able to do more with this type of monitoring.
Yeah, first of all, you say we are having here the workstation and the interaction through, but you also have the interaction sitting on the screen. So we bring it all together instead of 2 separate units. So here what you basically are doing is changing the workstations where people are having what you call, again, the screen jail data. Here we bring it all together on one display. Right? And here you bring it together the way you want to see it. You can throw it on the wall, go to the wall, bring it from the wall back here. So I have a full interaction between both.
And you're collaborating with it before it ever goes up live, but also you're doing it with more natural human collaboration by using your fingers and your hands, your gestures.
It's very intuitive, of course, right? You're not linked anymore to whatever the operating system sitting behind. It's very intuitive and easy to use. But coming back on your statement about using social media, social media is also a lot about security, you know.
Sure.
When big events, when big disasters are happening, right, from related to weather, for example, you could see 2-3 minutes before already that the Twitter activity and as the telephone activity will go up. Why would police stations not have a view on this? Why would they not be able to see already what is happening? Further away from home in the Philippines, when the big hurricane came over, how did they know where people were? People were twittering on their handphones. All the infrastructure was gone. And then we have what they called in Europe, we had Twitter clickers. People doing nothing else than reading Twitters from disaster areas and sorting them out. What we basically do here is you automate the process, you look on keywords, you bring it close to the people who have to handle the emergencies, and they from social media already can start preparing the intervention. Social media tells you much more today than any camera, any other device.
Yeah, so what you've done is taken what has historically been known as something exclusive to governments and high security applications and oil and gas monitoring and utilities monitoring, and you're bringing it down to application. I mean, social media application is great because I can see any company that is concerned with customer service, customer support, even in the corporate level, actually doing this because social media marketing and social media monitoring is becoming a large portion of their ability to keep customers.
Yeah, you make an interesting step there. It's first of all, also in security environments, they are not using it that frequently yet. But you make a very interesting connection here now the business world, because why would you not want to have a dashboard of your company?
Everyone will.
Constantly what happens on social media. Yeah. Decision making, competitiveness is about fast decision making.
Absolutely.
So every second you're later, the more data, there is a lot of data there. The more you read the data, the better you read it, the more competitive you are. Right. So you want to know exactly what is happening with your brand, what is happening with your customers, what is happening with the environment you're operating in through social media. So you must have fast ways to read it, that's correct.
Well, this is impressive. You can learn more information, obviously, about this at barco.com. You can do a search of OSV. It's probably the fastest way to find it.
Part of it, yes.
Yeah, and of course, we've shot a lot of videos while we've been here at the show, and all you got to do is go to the video search engine on the right, type in the word Barco, you'll find everything. But thank you very much today for joining us, Jacques.
Yep.
Thank you for your time, and thanks for watching. Keep watching, though, because we've got a lot more to shoot.